Welcome to Quantum Finance. My name is Parker, and this is our weekly market recap for the week ending September 8th. So, in this video, we'll go over all the charts, and then we'll look at some news from this week, and then we'll take a look at the economic calendar for next week. So, starting here with the stock market, the S&P 500 SPY ETF. Red week this week after getting two nice bounce weeks in a row here. If you do look here, we did pull back on Tuesday and Wednesday, breaking down through that midline here yesterday and actually closing the week below it here on the daily chart. But we did get a pretty bullish close, closing above these highs from June, which is what we'd like to see. But we did close below that midline, which is not the most ideal situation. But as you can see, kind of getting above it here in the post market. This was a shortened week though for Labor Day, so there was less volume than usual. But still overall in an uptrend here on the weekly chart. I would maybe expect this kind of price action to chop around for a while. If you do look here at the daily chart, as you can see, these bands just going sideways in a consolidation type of pattern. I would maybe expect some chop, until we can get some type of daily squeeze here to give us more move to the upside and get a real test of these previous highs back here from March and hopefully a break and retest of these all-time highs. Turning to the debt market with the U.S. 10-year yield, green week this week after getting that nice strong wick to the upside last week. As you can see, holding those previous highs back here from July and February last week with that nice bounce here and just sitting right here in the upper end of this daily range, holding that midline to the upside and these previous highs back here from the beginning of August. And it is kind of getting squeezed here on the daily chart. As you can see, these bands getting tighter and tighter together. Turning to the dollar, another green week here in the dollar. As you can see, just all green for as long as we can remember here in the dollar. Breaking above these highs back here from May, really pushing into that upper extreme, approaching these highs back here from February. If you do look here at the daily chart, as you can see, pretty large wick to the upside here. Still a couple hours left before this close, but it is getting a lot of buying here in the last couple of hours. I would expect this to run into resistance because you do have this upper extreme here on the weekly chart and these previous highs back here from February, which is a pretty significant zone. If you do look, as you can see, these previous highs back here from last May, and then I'm just going to kind of draw this zone here. As you can see, where it was significant level of resistance through here, significant level of support, resistance, and we are running into it right now. So I would maybe expect some type of pullback here on the dollar, which hopefully would lead to some more upside here in the cryptocurrency and stock market. Turning to cryptos, Bitcoin here, nothing really, still just chopping sideways. Not too much action here at all in the past 3 weeks, really just not going anywhere. But we are holding that key significant support level that we have been talking about for the past couple of weeks, which is nice to see. So I would maybe expect some type of bullish reversal coming in next week. XRP, same story, just kind of chopping sideways. Actually flipping green here on the week right now. But as you see, still a couple days left. We would like to see a close here on the weekly chart above this 55-cent level, getting it back above all these significant resistance levels and that weekly midline. Looking at oil, another strong week here in oil, continuing its nice move to the upside here. We can pull a fib from these breakout levels that we have here to these lows. If you see, we do have that 1618 fib extension here lining up exactly with these previous highs back here from October and November. So I would maybe expect that 93.50 cent level to potentially be your next target. But we are running into this upper extreme here. But as you can see, doesn't really look like it's slowing down anytime soon after breaking through this major resistance level that we've been in for over a year now. Turning to gold, red week here in gold. Still just kind of chopping down here in this downtrend. Not too much to talk about here. As you can see, getting rejected here off of that upper extreme on the daily chart and just pulling back. Looking at silver, big red week here in silver. As you can see, getting rejected up here last Wednesday at that upper extreme here on the daily, and then just pretty much just all selling since then. Silver really just been consolidating for the better part of 6 months now. So now we can look at some news from this week. So we had Ripple reporting on their website that the XRP ledger can now process up to 3,400 transactions per second, up from 1,500 transactions per second reported previously. We also had Ripple also announced today that they have an intent to acquire Fortress Trust, part of the Fortress IO suite of companies. Fortress Trust financial and regulatory infrastructure complements and expands Ripple's comprehensive portfolio of blockchain solutions for finance. So it is nice to see Ripple continuing to acquire companies. We also have the president of India here announcing that they are hosting the 18th G20 summit. I think this is on Sunday here at the New Delhi iconic Bharat Mandapam. I have no idea what that is, but I'm assuming it's some type of event center there in India. We also have some charts here that show the U.S. is importing more from Mexico than China for the first time since 2003. We also have credit card delinquencies at small banks hitting a all-time high here of 7.51%. We also have the U.S. sending another $1 billion in Ukraine aid. Japan announced that they are also preparing an economic stimulus package for October. 31% of government debt outstanding, or $7.6 trillion, will mature over the next year. The average cost of a home in Canada is $754,000. If you thought it was bad here in America, just imagine living in Canada. Saudi Arabia announced that they will extend the voluntary cut of 1 million barrels per day until the end of 2023. This kind of news here is a lot of the reason why, oil is continuing to be strong and why I think it will continue to move up here towards that $93 level. And we also have the average monthly payment for a new car in the U.S. hitting an all-time high of $733 a month. So now we can look at the economic calendar for next week. As you can see, Wednesday, big day. We do get CPI, which is the inflation data. And then Thursday, we get core retail sales, initial jobs claims, PPI, which is another gauge of inflation and retail sales. So not too much going on during the week. I mean, tomorrow or next week is a big week, but mainly just Wednesday and Thursday and not too much else going on the rest of the week. So yeah, that'll do it for the video. Appreciate y'all watching. I'll talk to y'all later.